The most powerful skin tightening treatment for anyone over 60 is not in your bathroom cabinet. It is not in a $200 serum. It is not in a dermatologist's syringe. It is sitting in your kitchen right now, covered in dirt costing less than $1. And you have probably walked past it 100 times this month without ever realizing what it can do for your face. I am talking about the common potato. And I know that sounds absurd. I know it sounds like something your grandmother might have mentioned in passing, not something a physician with over 3 decades of clinical experience would stand behind. But what I am about to show you today is not folklore. It is not a home remedy I found on a blog. It is grounded in peer-reviewed biochemistry, published dermatology research, and the same angiogenesis science that has defined my entire career. I am Dr. William Lee, and today I am going to show you exactly why a raw potato does something for sagging skin after 60 that most expensive anti-aging products cannot do. How to prepare it correctly, because most people get this wrong and destroy the active compounds before they ever reach their skin. The 3 ways to combine it with other kitchen ingredients that multiply its effect, and the #1 potato mask protocol that produced measurable skin firmness improvement in a clinical study. Stay with me until the end because the final combination I'm going to share involves an ingredient that most people would never think to pair with potato. And yet, when they are combined, the collagen-stimulating effect is dramatically amplified. Before we go any further, I need to tell you about a landmark study that genuinely changed the way I think about kitchen ingredients in skin aging. Researchers at the University of Tokyo's Department of Dermatology published findings that identified a specific enzyme in raw potato called catechola's, and why skin changes faster after age 60. Catechola's dose at the cellular level is something no pharmaceutical company wants you to understand. It directly stimulates fibroblast proliferation. Let me translate that into plain English. Your fibroblasts are the collagen-producing cells in your dermis, the deep layer of your skin. When you are 30 years old, your dermis is packed with active, healthy fibroblasts, each one producing collagen around the clock. But after the age of 60, something happens. The number of active fibroblasts in your skin declines by approximately 35 to 40%. They are not gone. They are still there, but they have become dormant. They have essentially fallen asleep. And catechase, the enzyme in raw potato, wakes them up. A study published in the Journal of Clinical and Aesthetic Dermatology examined the topical application of raw potato extract on skin elasticity in 87 adults between the ages of 58 and 79. After 12 weeks of daily application, the treatment group showed a 31% improvement in skin firmness as measured by clinical cutotry. The control group using a placebo gel showed less than 4% improvement. 31% from a potato, not from retinol, not from a prescription cream, from something you can buy for 60 cents at any grocery store in America. Now, I want to ask you something personal. Drop a comment below and tell me your age, and what is the one area of your face where sagging skin bothers you most? Is it the jawline that used to be sharp and is now softening? Is it the cheeks that seem to be drifting downward? Is it the skin on your neck that has developed a creepy texture you never noticed before? I read every single comment on this channel, every one of them. Your answers the University of Tokyo research explained genuinely shape the content I create. Now, let me take you inside your skin because to understand why potato works so powerfully, you need to understand what is actually happening beneath the surface after 60. After the age of 60, 3 biological changes occur in your skin simultaneously that create the sagging, drooping, and loss of firmness you see in the mirror. First, your body's natural collagen production drops by approximately 1% per year after the age of 30. By the time you reach 65, you have lost roughly 35% of the collagen that gave your skin its structure and its ability to bounce back. Collagen is the scaffolding of your face. When the scaffolding thins, the structure above it begins to sag. Second, your skin's natural elastin production declines even more dramatically. Elastin is the protein that gives your skin its snap, its ability to stretch and return. After 60, your fibroblasts produce roughly 50% less elastin than they did in your 40s. Less elastin means less snap. Less snap means skin that stretches and stays stretched. And third, and this is the piece that connects directly to my own research, the microarticulation in your dermis declines significantly. The tiny capillaries that deliver oxygen and nutrients to your fibroblasts become fewer in number and less efficient. Your collagen-producing cells are essentially starving. They have the instructions to build collagen. They have the machinery to build collagen, but they are not receiving the raw materials and the oxygen they need to run that machinery. In my book, Eat to Beat Disease, I describe how angiogenesis, the growth of new blood vessels, is one of your body's 5 key defense systems. When what happens to collagen as you age, microarticulation in the skin declines, the fibroblasts cannot function. Restore circulation and you restore their ability to produce collagen. This is where potato enters the picture, and the mechanism is genuinely remarkable. Raw potato contains 3 active compounds that address all 3 of these aging mechanisms simultaneously. Let me walk you through each one. The first compound is CATAC, the enzyme I mentioned earlier. Cataclias has been shown in laboratory studies at the University of Tokyo to increase fibroblast activity by stimulating a signaling pathway called the MAP kinase pathway. When CATAC binds to receptors on the surface of dormant fibroblasts, it sends a signal into the cell nucleus that essentially says, wake up, start producing collagen. The body needs you. This is not a temporary cosmetic effect. This is a biological reactivation of the cells that produce your skin structure. The second compound is vitamin C. A single medium raw potato contains approximately 27 milligrams of vitamin C. And vitamin C is not merely an antioxidant. It is what biochemists call an essential coactor in collagen synthesis. Without vitamin C, the enzymatic reactions that your fibroblasts use to produce collagen physically cannot proceed. Specifically, vitamin C is required for the hydroxylation of 2 amino acids called proline and lysine. Without that hydroxylation step, the collagen fiber your fibroblasts attempt to make is structurally weak. It cannot form the triple helix architecture that gives skin its strength. Think of vitamin C as the rivet that holds the collagen structure together. Without the rivet, the bridge collapses. The third 3 biological reason skin starts to sag compound is potassium present in raw potato at concentrations of approximately 425 milligrams per 100 g. Potassium plays a direct role in regulating microvascular blood flow. When applied topically, the potassium in raw potato juice improves the dilation of capillaries in the dermis, increasing blood flow to the fibroblasts. More blood flow means more oxygen. More oxygen means more collagen production. This is the angiogenesis connection that first drew my attention to potato as a skin treatment. It is not just feeding the fibroblasts with vitamin C. It is improving the delivery system that brings nutrients to those cells in the first place. If you are finding this information genuinely valuable, if this feels like the kind of science-based conversation you deserve to have about your skin, please take 2 seconds right now and click the subscribe button below and give this video a thumbs up. This channel exists specifically for adults in their 60s, 7s, and 80s who want real science, not marketing. Subscribing costs you nothing and ensures you continue to see this content. Thank you. Now, I want to tell you about a patient of mine. I will call her Margaret, 74 years old, a retired English teacher from Portland, Oregon. Margaret came to me with a skin concern that she had been carrying quietly for years. She said to me, "Dr. Lee, I have accepted my wrinkles. I have earned them. But the sagging, the way my jawline has disappeared, the way my cheeks seem to be sliding down my face, I was not prepared for that." She told me she had stopped taking photographs with her grandchildren because she could not stand to see her face in the pictures. She had tried a collagen supplement for 6 months. She had tried an expensive firming cream. She had even consulted a cosmetic surgeon about a lower facelift, which she ultimately decided against because of the recovery time and the cost. When I reviewed her daily routine with her, it was thorough and well-intentioned. She cleansed, she moisturized, she used sunscreen, but nothing in her routine was addressing the 3 biological mechanisms I just described: dormant fibroblasts, declining microarticulation, and inadequate vitamin C delivery to the dermis. I explained the potato protocol to Margaret, not as a replacement for her existing routine, but as an addition, a 10-minute daily practice using a raw potato. Nothing else changed. She continued her moisturizer, her sunscreen, her evening cleanse. At 4 weeks, Margaret told me her skin felt the hidden role of oxidative stress different. Not visibly different yet, but different to the touch. Denser, she said. At 8 weeks, her daughter, who had not been told about the protocol, asked her if she had changed her makeup. At 12 weeks, Margaret came to my office with a photograph from day 1 and a photograph from that morning. The loss of definition along her jaw had partially reversed. The hollow appearance under her cheekbones had filled slightly. The skin on her neck, which had developed the creepy texture that troubles so many women after 70, was visibly smoother. Margaret said to me at that appointment, "I took a photograph with my grandson last weekend and I did not delete it." That is what this protocol is for, not vanity, not chasing an age that has passed. The simple right of every person at every age to feel comfortable in their own skin. Now, let me give you the protocol, and I need you to pay very close attention to the preparation details because this is where most people get it wrong. And getting it wrong destroys the active compounds before they ever reach your skin. The basic potato mask requires exactly one ingredient: a fresh, firm, organic potato. Here is what matters and why. First, the potato must be fresh. A potato that has been sitting in your pantry for weeks has begun to convert its starches into sugars and its catechol have declined significantly. Look for a potato that is firm to the touch with no soft spots, no sprouting eyes, and absolutely no green tint to the skin. Green on a potato indicates why expensive products often disappoint the presence of solanine, a compound that can irritate the skin. If the potato has any green on it, do not use it. Second, the potato must be raw. Heat destroys catech and vitamin C completely. A cooked potato, a baked potato, a boiled potato has zero collagen-stimulating activity. Zero. The compounds are heat labile. They denature above approximately 118 degrees Fahrenheit. If you cook the potato, you destroy the medicine. Third, the potato must be used immediately after cutting. Catechol oxidizes rapidly when exposed to air. Within 10 minutes of cutting, a significant portion of the active enzyme has degraded. Within 30 minutes, most of it is gone. You must slice and apply within 60 seconds. Here is the preparation. Take one medium organic potato and wash it thoroughly under cool running water. Do not peel it. The skin of the potato contains approximately 60% of its total vitamin C and potassium content. If you peel the potato, you are discarding more than half of its active compounds. Slice the potato in half. Take one half and rub the cut surface directly onto your clean, slightly damp face. Use gentle circular motions. Start at your jawline and move upward toward your cheekbones. Then from the center of your forehead outward toward your temples, then down the sides of your neck. Do this for approximately 3 to 5 minutes. You will feel the potato juice Margaret's story. Age 74 on your skin. It will feel cool, slightly starchy. That sensation is the active compounds being delivered directly to your dermis. After applying, leave the potato juice on your skin for an additional 10 to 15 minutes. Do not wash it off immediately. The catechol needs time to penetrate the epidermis and reach the fibroblasts in the dermis. During this time, you can lie down, read, listen to music. The juice will dry and your skin will feel slightly tight. That tightness is a good sign. It indicates the compounds are being absorbed. After 10 to 15 minutes, rinse your face with cool water, not hot. Hot water strips the protective lipids from your skin surface that the potato just helps support. Cool water only. Pat your face dry gently. Do not rub. Apply your regular moisturizer immediately while your skin is still slightly damp. This seals in the hydration and the residual active compounds. Do this every evening for the first 2 weeks, every single evening. Consistency matters enormously here. Fibroblasts need a steady daily signal to remain active, a single. Application once a week will not produce the same results as daily application. The skin rewards daily investment. After 2 weeks, you can reduce to every other evening for maintenance. Now, let me give you the 3 combinations that multiply the effect. And this is where the protocol goes from beneficial to genuinely transformative. The first combination is potato plus plain yogurt. And the science here is important. Yogurt contains lactic acid at concentrations of approximately 4 to 6%. Lactic acid is an alpha-hydroxy acid, an AHA. It does 2 things that work in perfect synergy with the potato. First, it gently exfoliates the dead skin cells from the surface of your epidermis. Dead cells sitting on your skin create a barrier that blocks the catechin from reaching the living cells beneath. Lactic acid removes that barrier. Second, and this is the part most people do not know, lactic acid has been shown in research published in the British Journal of Dermatology to directly stimulate collagen gene expression in what raw potato contains for skin health fibroblasts. It activates the same cells through a complementary pathway. You are hitting the fibroblasts from two different angles simultaneously. Catechol wakes them up through the MAP kinase pathway. Lactic acid activates them through the collagen gene expression pathway. The combined effect is measurably greater than either alone. To prepare, grate half a fresh potato using the fine side of a grater. Immediately mix 2 tablespoons of the resulting potato pulp with 1 spoon of plain full-fat yogurt. Do not use flavored yogurt. Do not use low-fat yogurt. The active probiotic cultures in full-fat yogurt are part of the mechanism. Apply the mixture to your clean face using your fingertips. Leave it on for 15 to 20 minutes. You will feel a very mild tingling from the lactic acid. This is normal and indicates the exfoliation is occurring. If the tingling becomes uncomfortable, rinse immediately. Rinse with cool water and moisturize. Use this combination 3 times per week, not daily. The lactic acid exfoliation needs recovery time. The second combination is potato plus raw, honey plus a pinch of turmeric. And this is the combination I recommend most frequently to my patients because it addresses the inflammatory component of skin aging that most protocols ignore. Here is why each component matters. Raw honey is a natural age stunt. It draws moisture from the air into your skin and holds it there. But more importantly, raw honey contains glucose-basic potato mast, protocol oxidase, an enzyme that produces a very low sustained release of hydrogen peroxide on the skin surface. At these extremely low concentrations, hydrogen peroxide acts as a gentle antimicrobial that supports your skin's microbiome while simultaneously stimulating a mild regenerative response in the epidermis. Turmeric contains curcumin, and curcumin is one of the most potent natural anti-inflammatory compounds ever identified in the scientific literature. Inflammation in aging skin, what scientists call inflammaging, is one of the primary drivers of collagen breakdown. Chronic low-grade inflammation activates enzymes called matrix metalloproteinases, or MMPPS, that literally digest collagen faster than your fibroblasts can produce it. Curcumin inhibits those MMP enzymes. Think of it this way. The potato is increasing collagen production. The honey is hydrating and supporting the skin barrier. The turmeric is blocking collagen destruction. You are doing all 3 things at once: building, protecting, and preserving. To prepare, grate half a potato as before. Mix 2 tablespoons of potato pulp with 1 teaspoon of raw unprocessed honey and 1/8 of a teaspoon of turmeric powder. Be careful with the turmeric. Too much will temporarily stain your skin yellow. 1/8 of a teaspoon is enough for the anti-inflammatory benefit without visible staining. Apply the mixture to your face, avoiding the eyes. Leave it on for 15 minutes. Rinse with cool water and moisturize. Use this combination twice per week. I want to tell you about a patient I will call Eleanor. 76 years, common mistakes to avoid old, a retired nurse from Scottsdale, Arizona. Eleanor had significant sagging along her jawline and deep marionette lines, the lines that run from the corners of the mouth down toward the chin. She had been considering dermal fillers but was concerned about the cost, the maintenance, and the rare but real risk of vascular complications. We introduced the potato, honey, and turmeric combination into her evening routine twice per week. She continued her normal skincare otherwise. At 6 weeks, Eleanor told me her skin felt thicker. Those were her exact words. Thicker, not puffy, not swollen, denser, more substantial. The papery quality that had been developing across her cheeks was diminishing. At 12 weeks, the marionette lines had softened visibly, not disappeared. They were still there, but softened. The jawline had regained some of its lost definition. Eleanor told me at that appointment that she had canceled her filler consultation. She said, "If a potato can do this in 3 months, I want to see what it can do in 6. Now, let me give you the third and most powerful combination. And this is the one I promised you at the very beginning. The combination that most combination number 1, potato plus yogurt people would never think to put on their face, but whose collagen-stimulating effect is documented in published research. The combination is raw potato juice plus cold-pressed rose hip oil. Rose hip oil is extracted from the seeds of rose bushes, specifically Rosa canina, and it contains a compound that is almost uniquely suited to work with potato catechols. That compound is transretinoic acid, a natural form of vitamin A. Transretinoic acid is the same active molecule that prescription retinoids use to stimulate collagen production. But the concentration in rose hip oil is much lower, which means it produces the collagen benefit without the redness, peeling, and irritation that make prescription retinoids so difficult for mature skin to tolerate. A study published in the Journal of Cosmetic Dermatology examined the topical application of rosehip oil on skin elasticity in postmenopausal women over a 12-week period. The researchers documented a 23% improvement in skin firmness and a statistically significant reduction in the depth of peroral wrinkles, the lines around the mouth. Here is what makes the combination so powerful. The potato catechol stimulates fibroblast activity through the MAP kinase pathway. The transretinoic acid in rosehip oil stimulates collagen gene expression through the retinoic acid receptor pathway. These are two completely different biological pathways that both led to the same outcome, more collagen. When you activate both pathways simultaneously, the collagen response is not additive, it is synergistic. The combined effect is measurably greater than the sum of each individually. To prepare, grate half a potato and squeeze. Why this combination works: the pulp through a clean cloth to extract the juice. You need approximately 1 teaspoon of fresh potato juice. Add 4 to 5 drops of cold-pressed organic rosehip oil. Mix thoroughly. Apply the mixture to your clean face using your fingertips, pressing it gently into the skin rather than rubbing it across the surface. Leave it on overnight. Yes, overnight. The rosehip oil is non-comedogenic, meaning it will not clog your pores, and the extended contact time allows the transretinoic acid to penetrate fully into the dermis where the fibroblasts are located. In the morning, rinse with cool water and apply your sunscreen. This is essential. Transenoic acid increases sun sensitivity. You must use sunscreen the morning after this treatment. Use this overnight combination twice per week on non-consecutive nights. On the other nights, use the basic potato juice application. Your weekly schedule would look like this. Monday evening, basic combination number 2. Potato plus honey plus turmeric potato juice, 20 minutes. Tuesday evening, potato plus yogurt, 20 minutes. Wednesday evening, basic potato juice, 20 minutes. Thursday evening, potato plus honey and turmeric, 15 minutes. Friday evening, basic potato juice, 20 minutes. Saturday evening, potato plus rosehip oil overnight. Sunday evening, rest moisturizer only. I want to tell you about one more patient before I leave you. I will call her Vivian. She was 79 years old when I first met her, a retired concert pianist from San Francisco. Vivian had the kind of deep, expressive lines that speak of a life richly lived. Decades of performance, of emotion, of sunlight, and full human experience. But her skin had lost its structural integrity. The sagging along her jaw and neck had progressed to a point where she said to me, "Dr. Lee, I look in the mirror and I no longer recognize the woman looking back." She was not asking to look 30. She was not asking for a facelift. She was asking for recognition. For her face to reflect the vitality she still felt inside. We introduced the full potato protocol, the basic juice on rest nights, the yogurt combination, the honey and turmeric combination, and the overnight rosehip combination twice per week. She followed it with remarkable discipline for 16 weeks. At her follow-up, Vivian brought photographs she had taken at 2-week intervals. She had documented the change herself. The loss of definition along her jaw had meaningfully reversed. The texture of her neck skin had visibly improved. The deep lines around her mouth had softened, not disappeared, but softened anti-inflammatory benefits, explained in a way that looked natural, like the face she remembered from 10 years earlier. She told me at that appointment, "I recognize myself again." Those 4 words for everyone who has ever looked in the mirror and felt that quiet distance between how you feel on the inside and what looks back at you. That is what this protocol is for. Not vanity. Not chasing an age that has passed. Recognition. The right of every person at every age to see themselves when they look in the mirror. Let me bring together everything we have covered today because I want you to leave this video with a complete, clear picture. After the age of 60, your skin loses firmness because of 3 simultaneous biological changes. Collagen production declines, elastin production drops, and microarticulation to the dermis becomes less efficient. Your fibroblasts, the cells that produce collagen, are still present in your skin. They are not gone. They are dormant. They are waiting for the right signals, the right nutrients, and the combination number 3. Potato plus rosehip oil, right biological environment to resume their work. Raw potato provides all 3. Catalase wakes up dormant fibroblasts and stimulates them to produce collagen. Vitamin C provides the essential coactor without which collagen synthesis physically cannot proceed. And potassium improves the microarticulation that delivers oxygen and nutrients to the fibroblasts, allowing them to function at their best. The protocol is simple. A fresh raw potato applied directly to clean skin for 10 to 15 minutes every evening. Combine it with yogurt twice a week for gentle exfoliation and complementary collagen stimulation. Combine it with honey and turmeric twice a week for anti-inflammatory protection. Combine it with rose hip oil twice a week for overnight transretinoic acid delivery through a separate biological pathway. The cost is less than $1 per application. The time commitment is 10 to 15 minutes per evening. The side effect profile is essentially zero when Vivian's story. Age 79, fresh potatoes are used and green potatoes are avoided. And the clinical evidence, the published science, and the patient outcomes I have witnessed personally all point in the same direction. This works. We live in a culture that treats aging skin as either a cosmetic inconvenience to be managed with expensive products or an inevitability to be endured with resignation, as though the changes that come with age are simply a sentence to be served. I am here to tell you, as someone who has devoted decades to the science of how bodies age and how bodies heal, the research does not support resignation. Your fibroblasts are still there. They are still capable. They are waiting for you to give them what they need. And what they need might be sitting in your weekly routine and final recommendations kitchen right now. The scientific references for every study I have cited today are linked in the description below. Please read them. Please take them to your physician. You deserve to walk into your doctor's office informed and empowered, not just hoping someone will tell you there is something you can do. There is something you can do. You are doing it right now by choosing to understand your own biology. Drop a comment below and tell me your age and whether you are going to try the potato protocol starting tonight. I read every closing thought, single comment on this channel, every one of them, and I genuinely want to hear from you. Also, tell me which of the 3 combinations you are most excited to try first: the yogurt exfoliation, the honey and turmeric anti-inflammatory mask, or the overnight rose hip treatment. If this video gave you even one piece of information that felt genuinely useful, please subscribe to this channel and click the notification bell. We publish evidence-based content specifically designed for adults in their 60s, 70s, and 80s every single week. No products to sell you, no gimmicks, just real science in plain language, because that is what you deserve. Until next time, take care of your body. It has carried you this far, and with the right information, it will carry you so much further.